as we're talking about who's wearing underwear or not.
Who doesn't has the cheek to start challenging other people about it?
Yeah, Karen is accusing other people of not wearing underwear today when we know full fact that she is naked from the waist down right now. And we know that because she's like, Karen, get away. Good God. Honestly, you're
not going to get you pasta.
Oh my God. Everyone out there, if you haven't seen Becca's TikToks, genius. The comedy timing is amazing, but especially the one about the bag of pasta.
She's not right.
That is it. Like watching that, she is so bloody funny. So please, I don't know what her TikTok ID is.
Oh, I'll have to find out.
Yeah, but if you are friends with her on Facebook, she's also posted it on there. So, like, bloody hilarious, absolute genius.
Can I interrupt before you get started and just say that Kath Palmer was one of the first in the chat? She may not be there now, but can we mention that Kath has been knocked over by her friend's dog, and basically I think they've mangled her knee, I think was what I gathered from it. So she's had to be plastered, and now she's at the hospital being poked and prodded even more. So best wishes, Kath, and we really hope you get better soon.
Yeah, get better soon, Kath.
Yeah.
We're all thinking about you.
Yeah. Oh my word. And I hope you're getting plastered in another way as well. As in, so have a couple on us, Kath, because that really truly sucks, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. Becca's TikTok.
Becca BZ.
There we are. So check them out because blooming genius on it. Absolutely hilarious. Right, today it is Sell a Lady's Life because it's Friday at 2:00, and this is what we do, isn't it? This is what we do. So today I am joined by the delightful Karen the Sewing Thrifter, naked from the waist down.
I'm gonna have to stand. Oh, I can't
prove it now. You're gonna
prove it not because you are.
Trousers.
Yeah, all right. We know you're not wearing anything underneath there.
Leopard print knickers.
Hey. Ooh, saucy.
Is someone getting lucky tonight?
Well, it is the weekend.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
I don't know what day it was, Andrea. Did you do research?
Yeah. I have to make a note of it.
You sometimes do the, Alexa, what day is it thing. Like I've definitely done that a few times and gone, oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Can you argue with Alexa?
You are.
Can you argue with Alexa when she tells you it's Thursday? Can you argue with her and go, no, it's not, it's Wednesday?
Well, she'll pretty much just swear back at me and get a grip, for God's sake. Right, we also have Sam, who I'm pretty sure is fully clothed, but we haven't had any proof of that.
Yeah, fully clothed.
Fully clothed. We've got Heather, who doesn't need clothing. She is just covered by just a form,
a robe of glory.
Yes, exactly. She just wears robes all the time, and absolutely. Andrea, who is also wearing leopard print pants today, I'm guessing.
Oh, right. No, I'm not actually.
Oh. Maybe we'll have a guess at what colour pants you're wearing then. No, you'll be wearing biodegradable pants.
No, I'm not. They're too expensive.
Your pants are carbon neutral.
Edible.
Woven from grass. Andrea only eats grass.
And we have obviously Carla, who just proven to us that she is wearing a bra.
Yeah, thanks to Karen, who bra shamed me because gap shaming me was never enough. She went, the answer is yes, but the reason you can't see my straps is because it's not the right kind of bra to wear with this top. So I pushed the strap out of the way because it was an ugly strap. And Karen leapt on that and assumed that I was nude.
just assumes that everyone goes around with no underwear on because that's what she does.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've got to say, I absolutely love the jumpsuit. Like me and Carla now own the same jumpsuit. Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
I mean, not the same one. I mean, it's not like on a jumpsuit share basis.
Yeah, like we post it to each other every other day and don't even wash it.
You'd have to wash it. You'd have to shrink it back down after I'd stretched out a shape. Can you imagine?
I was
I
very
might
tempted.
send you this one to try on for a video. That'd be entertaining.
And I think Heather, didn't you? You were kind of
I'm
tempted.
quite tempted. I've never ordered from Simply Be before or thought about it. It was the thought of it being so soft.
It's
Yeah.
really soft.
It does look comfy.
I'm
Honestly,
not a jumpsuit kind of person normally, but I kind of thought, oh, hey, you know, we could all come on wearing the jumpsuit, like just the same thing.
Myself all day.
Spookily.
The only thing I hate about jumpsuits is you have to take the whole bloody thing off to go to the loo.
Oh,
Yeah.
make an
Nice
appointment.
wide neckline. I mean, it'd be a bit wider by the time I've wedged it down past my arse a couple of times for a wee, but that's not the point.
Yeah, you do have to kind of prepare yourself in advance to go to the bathroom. You have to be like, right, in 10 minutes, I'm going to need a wee. So
Yeah.
we'll start now.
It's not buttons though. In the 80s, I had a pair of dungarees and they had 4 side buttons on each side.
Yeah.
And to get out of them, you had to undo all 8 buttons as well as the shoulder straps. I mean, luckily in the 80s, I had a much younger bladder,
Yeah.
much more control.
Yeah, and the denim ones are so stiff as well.
Yeah. It's like, come on. Oh, too late.
It's worse when you go out for a beer because, like, everybody knows once you go to the toilet once, that's it.
Once
You're
you
on
break
the road all night.
You break the seal.
Yeah, break the seal and that's it. So when you're on an outside, you can't queue. Well, especially not at my age now. You can't queue and wait for the toilet. You need the toilet, you've got to go to the toilet. So the jumpsuit is definitely out of the question when you go out.
And it's
Yeah.
not like you could just have a zip in there because, that could be very,
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
in it. Yeah, nobody wants to think about that.
No.
Caroline was recommending crotchless underwear to us the other day, wasn't she? I don't think she's in the chat, so I'll get away with that.
Phil,
Oh my God.
It was, in fairness, it was a conversation about control underwear, and she'd bought a control kind of underlayer. She said, I think she pretty much came to the neck and controlled everything, but it was an open undercarriage. She said it's just as well because she never would have been able to get in and out of it in the loo. Because you have to kind of roll on and.
Oh, do you remember them in the 80s? The popper button ones. What were they called?
Body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you ever tried fastening one of them when you're pissed and hovering over the top of the toilet, try to fasten it again?
I saw somebody doing somebody else's up once. That's the ultimate friendship, isn't it? Somebody doing somebody else's back up for them after a night on it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
couple of weeks
that's a test of friendship.
a couple of weeks before lockdown, I had a burlesque lesson, like my first ever burlesque lesson. And I wore like a really nice like bodysuit and a skirt. And then we were doing all these moves and it was all like, right, Art Nouveau and then cheeky and then all of this stuff. And then one of them was we had to like bend over and like stroke all the way up our legs, like in a really saucy way. I bent over and just heard pop, pop, pop and was like, like, right, I'm not going to do the whole thing in front of, like we're all very open-minded here, obviously, but I'm definitely not going to just stand there and, try and do that again. Right, I'm going to say some set hellos, right? So first in the chat today was Leanne Hill. Hello, Leanne. And then we had Kath and then me. What am I doing there? Amazing. Hello to Janet Plant, Welsh Wonder Nia, Cheryl Dale Rowland, Deborah51, who says hello twice.
Is that the jumpsuit?
Ooh, I think so. Is it? It's £25. Yeah, that's the one.
What's the description? It's called Soft Touch Grey Marl something blah blah.
Yeah, that's
Black
the one.
wide leg V-neck jumpsuit.
Yes,
Possibly not.
that's it. Yeah, I think so. We've got Sue. Sue's Pals of Shame says, bet any money that her son arrives with their shopping as soon as... Always a sod's law, isn't it? We've got Daryl Sweatmopper and Lisa J, Chris Harrison. Hi, Chris. The Bat Cave. Ooh, that sounds quite cool. Antoinette Daly. Did I say Lisa J? Sue Aaron. Hi, Sue. MG. Laurel Eccleston Steeble. Debs Brads. Mum of Five Sons. Bad Wolf. Ashley Carruthers. The lovely Ashley. If you didn't see her in the
Swap show thing, shop thing, swap thing.
that did not go like horribly crazy at all, and I did not lose my brain during that. was so confusing, but it was hilarious. But yeah, Ashley joined us on the show and cracker. Sophie Burrows, she's always flipping Mandy. Hello. Any ka-chings during this one? You can keep the commission and treat yourself with it. Okay. I've got Derek Tap Peddler, Junk Girl Patty, DBG, Death by Glamour, Jane Ryan. Oh my God, there's loads of people in here today. We're joined by Peter Cummings. Wow. And Shasta Rooney, eBay Queen, Victoria Plum, Nat Resells, Bexify. We've got Kelly, who's nude.
Oh.
We'll video after this, yeah? We'll get on a conference call after this then, Kelly, okay? Deb Brads, Chris Tyler, Indie Chick, Lavender Lady, Raspberry Vintage. Ooh, I like that. That's Raspberry. That's a cool one. And Andrew Fall on the Bruise. My word, that is a lot of people in right now. And Becca, yay. Oh, no pressure from Becca, who says, make it entertaining this week, ladies.
Why isn't it ever before?
So bloody rude. We were just talking about you, Becca, as well, and actually saying nice things about you. So maybe we might take that back.
Take it all back.
We were just saying how funny your TikToks are, and the bag of pasta one is like spot on hilarious. Please do more, because that was very, very funny. Yay.
Yeah, we want more TikTok, Becca, please.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, like, just give up the eBay, give up all of the rest of stuff, and just do that. Can you be monetized, like, by doing TikToks?
No, but you can get brand deals and stuff like Instagram.
Ah,
Oh,
right.
Get on with Baz in again. That was funny, that one.
Yeah. The look on his face was just hilarious. He's just like, whoa. Very funny. Yeah. And yes, we are always entertaining, isn't it? Right, I've kind of titled it today because, as ever, well, especially during the time being, like, well, what else is there to talk about? What, like, are there, there's only one thing really, isn't there? But whatever. So we're going to have a little bit of a kind of a loving sort of thing. Anyway, so the first thing that I wanted to say was just thank you, Andrea, again, for last week's wonderful weekend.
Well, just thank you to everybody that took part in it, and thank you for entertaining us with your DJ set, because that was just fantastic. And just everybody that took part and did a stream and donated and just supported it. It was so much fun. It was a brilliant weekend.
Yeah. It really was. And I mean, like, the money was coming on, like, right until the end as well. I think we set the first target at 1,000, and then that got blown out of the water before it started.
Yeah, the person that put the last amount on, which was 150, I think, and took us to 6,000, just lives down the road from us. So we've met him before. He's got a booth at the Emporium in Hitchin. And yeah, really lovely guy.
That is super nice.
Yeah,
it was a really good weekend and a really lovely, just, everybody kind of did what they could, and and that was just nice. Yeah,
it was brilliant. Yeah,
still coming in as well. There's been another donation this morning.
Oh, really? Oh. Have a look this morning. I looked yesterday. It was another. It was actually
gone on this morning.
Yeah.
See, that's brilliant. Because obviously, it's still going to be on all of our like YouTube channels, all of the shows that have been done, and all of them still have the links on it, don't they? So I'm imagining people are on catch up, and or new subscribers and things that they can add a little bit of something to the pot, which is obviously lovely. Is there like a cut-off date? I never know with these things. Like, is there?
There is eventually. I'm not sure how long it stays on for, but I don't know. Eventually, it does cut off and it disappears.
Yeah, because in 3 years' time, like, people still giving money.
I think it's like weeks, but I'm not sure how many. Yeah.
But it's amazing, and also second biggest donation, like, for that actual like on the Thanksgiving page, behind some footballer guy that apparently was in the 80s and 90s or something. I don't know. Something to do with crisps, I think. amazing achievement, I think. And thank you to Andrea for bringing it all together at such short notice.
Well, yeah, and Nick obviously, and everybody really, everybody that just came together and made it happen.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Same time next year,
possibly. Let's hope we're not still in lockdown.
Oh, Double Karma is just asking who got the glass pig in the end. It's gone to Steve. So if you want to watch, go to Steve's channel, Steve Green Adventure, and check it out. He's currently asking for names. I've obviously suggested Little Steve. But yeah, you can go over and suggest a name for it. Oh, and speak of the devil, speak of porcupine, rice. Must say Carla is looking well nice today. Ooh.
Ooh.
I shall not bother brushing my hair more often if this is the response.
It's the shoulder. It's having the shoulder out.
I think it's the shoulder. The shoulder was looked slightly bolder. I need a bit more work on the lyrics on that. Yeah. Get my shoulder out. Do you think that's what does it?
Ooh.
Ooh. Very red, I realised. I must have caught the sun more yesterday in Mum's garden than I realised.
I know. I think I always catch it on my cheeks and my chin, and then right there. I'll always get the sun right there as well. That's the place that burns first. It's just right there, and my shoulders.
My dipsomaniac nose is starting to really annoy me.
Oh, the red nose thing, yeah.
I look like I'm dressed for comic relief.
That's or have we just had that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What month is it?
Last night wasn't it, apparently. I'm very confused by what last night was.
Yeah, it was Comic Relief and Children in Need all together, wasn't it? Put together.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
It was.
I think it was just trying to raise extra money for the charities they support.
Yeah.
While we're going through all of this. Because obviously so many charities are losing their donations at the moment because people are not in the charity shops, they're not going to events, and
and also just I suppose people want to do what they can do, and whether that's give money, raise money, make a video, whatever it is, because everyone just wants to do like a little bit, don't they? Do what they can.
I did enjoy last night though. I enjoyed the like Miranda and the Vicar of Dibley, and that was really cool.
Now that's some good news, isn't it? Or bittersweet news is Vicar of Dibley is coming back. Obviously, yeah.
Oh, goody.
I know. Bittersweet because there's going to be some cast members that obviously aren't with us anymore, which is sad. I'm sure they'll be played tribute to. But yeah, it's just really nice, something like that coming back as well. And then for me, my exciting news of the day, which I absolutely love, is Charlie Brooker is going to do a screenwrite special. Oh, I love Charlie Brooker so much. Like, with all my heart, I love him. So that's cheered me up today immensely. Just the thought that Charlie Brooker is out there writing this right now, and love it.
You're obsessed, woman.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Before him and Connie Huck got married, I was tweeting Charlie Brooker, going like, "Don't do it! I love you." He must have lost me because he never replied. But never mind. And then the next bit of love is for Carla. For me, no, I just I think most of us watched your video this morning. I know, right? Yeah. And it was almost like a 5 things I hate about myself. And I was
it was more like 5 things I've always been quite cocky about, and I realise I have no reason to be quite cocky about myself.
But you were always like self-deprecating, and I'm watching it going like, okay, I totally identify that, but I still love you. I still love you too. But it was really nice to watch that, and I think, like Heather, you said something about that in the chat this morning, didn't you? Yeah. Just like that level of honesty and stuff. Really cool. So what do we love about Carla then? I love the fact that when I go to down to Carla's. Right, we just spend the whole time out doing stuff. Who's that?
I'm not sure what we can hear in the background.
Yeah, who's got a man shouting in the background?
Not me.
Sorry. That's me. Darren, don't swear.
No, feel free to swear. I just swear myself to make it out properly.
You can swear as much as you want. Who's just wondering who it's coming from.
He's on his Xbox with his mates.
Oh, he's doing a Tom.
That room next to this room, so that's why you can hear him.
Is he having fun?
Are you having fun, love? You went, yeah.
Oh, we got a nice comment from Deb. I think Carla is simply fab and she calms me down.
Oh,
In person.
I can't sit here and have compliments. I can't do it.
She's so fun to watch and makes me giggle so much the other day that I peed. You made her pee.
That's brilliant, Carla.
It's over.
That is so cute.
Molly's in the room.
That was perfect. It literally looked like you were Molly there.
Good placement. Yeah.
To all of you that watched Carla's videos, did you kind of try and do the same? Try and think of, like, okay, so what have I learned like about myself during this time? Have I learned anything, or have I just completely blundered into this, like, and just like me, just walked into walls repeatedly, going like, huh?
Well, I'm sorry, I have to be honest, I haven't watched it yet, but it is on my list to watch later.
Don't bother, Andrew. It's rubbish.
It's not rubbish. I really enjoyed it, and it did make me think, because I kind of thought, well, yeah, you know, I'm bimbling along. I do realise I spend a lot less money on petrol now that I used to travel around, possibly a bit not very efficiently sometimes. So maybe I'll try and plan my journeys a bit better so that I'm not wasting petrol. But in terms of other things, not so much so different. I'm a bit bemused as to why I've settled into this quite as easily as I have, because that worries me. It's like, well, that needs thinking about. Yeah, I'm too much of a hermit already. I think that's what it's telling me.
Yeah, I'm the same, Heather. You know, my life hasn't changed an awful lot, and lots of people are complaining about being stuck at home, and I realise I love my home, so you know, and I'm in it pretty much all the time. But then I think the one thing it makes me realise, I need to get out more. When this is over, and I need to get, you know, go out and see the world a bit more.
Me too.
Karen, are you feeling the same?
Definitely. I've realised my life has not changed much at all. And basically, I haven't spent more or less money, and I'm not doing any work, which I know I need to do. But in my mind, I'm thinking I've got loads of other stuff I need to do. And I know that's the procrastinator in me. But I have excellent intentions, and I write loads of lists of stuff I'm going to do, but it doesn't always get done. It just goes on to another list. So I need to address that.
Go to hell. With good intentions, Karen.
Yeah, I never make lists. I just get on and do it.
Yeah.
I haven't got time to make lists. I've been busier these last few weeks and more productive, actually, because I've not got the distraction of being able to say to myself, I'm just going to nip out down the charity shops. I'm just going to go out and have a mooch. I can't do that. So it's like, well, I better get on and sort this out, and I better do that stock take, and I better do this.
I think I probably, it sounds like an excuse, and I'm sorry, but I think I probably would have done more if I was on my own, because I'm with someone.
You're trying to get rid of poor Darren.
Try it,
Yeah, you're like, oh, I thought it worked too much. I want him at home, and now you're like, oh, I wish he'd go.
I know, I'm terrible.
Back to all those days when he was at work and trying to count up how much you got done then.
Good point, Carla.
Oh dear. I should not be so honest, should I? I should just lie.
Lie to us, yeah. You should basically come on and go, I've done 50 listings today, and then we'd all go, right, Karen's account, that's how she bloody hasn't.
We're all watching you, Karen. We're all fascinated by everything that you do. What about you, Sam? Have you learned anything about yourself?
I don't really think I've had time to sit down and think whether I've learned anything about myself. It's been a big change for me, totally, though. Because, like, I moved a month before lockdown, and then I was moving all my stock back home. So it's all been a big change for me anyway. So it's sort of like finding my feet and stuff like that. I'm missing going out sourcing, definitely. And thank God I had a bit of a death pile. I've not got one now because it's all listed. But, you know, before the lockdown, we was all going on about death piles. That's one thing I probably learned, that don't worry about having loads of stock that's unlisted, because, you know, look what's happened now. You know what I mean? Look at it as a pile of money, really. And I know if it's not listed, it's not going to sell. But it's sort of like a little nest egg and a little, you know, to keep you going if you can't get out. Because let's face it, I know that this lockdown is very rare that it's probably going to happen again, but there might be times where you might have an accident, you might break your leg. I mean, look at poor Kath, do you know what I mean? She probably won't be able to get out, if she could get out, to go sourcing or anything because of, you know, an accident. So shouldn't really be too hard on yourself about having a big death pile. That's what I think. That's probably something I've learned.
Totally. It's always felt like an insurance thing for us, you know, just having that extra just in case of anything. Yeah,
and it's the contacts, it's the people you know, because without a lady that I'm supporting by buying her stuff because she cannot sell at boot fairs, that's how I've acquired probably more stock than I quite know what to do with, and how my thing is to make some big bundles up just to give to other resellers for sensible money so that they can resell and make money, because it keeps us all ticking over. So that's kind of a total departure for me, because I never do bundles of anything. I'm just not my usual thing. But it's really made me sort out the stuff I'm truly not going to sell individually that I can pass on to someone else. And hopefully that'll all be, you know, I'll be talking about that next week and saying, right, I've got a bundle of this and a bundle of that. Who wants it? This much plus postage, done.
Yeah, I think that's another nice one about this as well, is that we kind of understand that, you know, that we all need to, you know, to have stuff to list and carry on, you know, the circle of eBay. And we are kind of going like, well, I've got some of this if you want to, yeah, okay. And then, you know, like Shelley's doing, like I do bundles, Shelley's doing bundles, you know, Karen is selling off stuff, as you know, Karen is selling off like jewelry bundles and things, and then Shelley got a deal on stuff, and I think like there's been certain chats amongst people to sort out, I've got a pile of clothes if you want. Yeah. I think that's been really nice as well, because it's, you know, like we are carrying on the business, and also just not putting ourselves in the crap by doing it as well, which is quite cool. So yes, check out Heather next week then, if she's sorting out some deals for people, and if anybody wants to get in touch with her. And
that would be me, Heather.
Well, I've had quite a lot of people already, but the thing is, as I get stuff, I'm trying to then sort out and see what I've got. So if somebody wants this lot and someone else is, I think Josh is after menswear and things like that. So I'm just seeing, you know, what I've got. I can't be terribly specific because I'm not going to go through and photograph, and I'm not going to do that. But it's all decent quality stuff, and it has to be gone. I've got another 10 bags coming next week. So hopefully I can keep that going for at least a little while I'm helping this lady get rid of her backlog. So I've paid her up front, so she's got her cash. So she's all right, because that's how she made her money, all through flea markets and boot fairs. So she's absolutely screwed now. So I'm doing what I can, but I need it moving, because obviously I haven't got the space. Josh is after men, says Nick. I can just see that. You can message me, Steve. Yeah, of course you can. So I haven't got a massive amount of it, but I will try and portion things out fairly.
That's very cool.
I was just laughing at Becca's comment about what she's learned about herself. I've learned loads of things I hadn't realised, like how I don't know what suffixes are, what the common noun is, what a diagraph is, and I've learned how much I hate homeschooling.
I know, right? I don't know how all you parents are coping out there. You know, Steve saying the other day about like nouns and verbs and things. Now I pretty much remember nouns and verbs, but aren't there like pronouns and something else verbs?
Oh, yeah.
Pronouns and adverbs.
Yeah, like I don't remember. Like literally, just like a noun is a naming word and a verb is a doing word, I think.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as
They do it in huge detail at school these days. When my son did it, as words I'd never heard of, it's like, oh my God. Thankfully, because he's at secondary school now, I don't have to homeschool him. The school has been really brilliant, and I've got to say they've been superb at structuring them, giving them lessons. But the people with primary age kids, I think, have got such a hard job. It's just beyond belief.
Yeah.
I know. I sit down with the cats and I'm trying to teach them stuff, and I'm pulling my hair out. Honestly, they just go, wow, and I'm like, why aren't you doing this?
And can we just sum up the Carla love with Mandy's comment, which is Carla is bloody awesome. Simples.
Well, yeah, let's move on for my awesomeness, because
I know, but I just want to say I second that, and that's it.
And I miss you, and I want to go shopping with you.
You too. I miss all of you. I'm buggered that tomorrow should have been the meetup, and I'm
keep thinking about that.
Can I just read out Lainey's comment? She said she didn't think it was affecting her at first, but she was moving forward by doing new things and things she hadn't done for years. That was a big part of her progress. So her mood has been very up and down. And I think that's something I mentioned on a live at some point last week, that it made me realise when I thought of that for people who are only just getting back out there, it's like a double whammy for them to have it taken away again. So, Lainey, we're all with you in spirit, if not in person. And
I saw a meme that I identified with at the beginning of this, and it was something like, does anybody else feel that they'd almost got their life pretty much sorted, and then this happened? It's like, damn, so close. But never mind. I'm not going to buy next door now, so that's out the window. Never going to have a mortgage now. Going to be skint for the rest of my life. Oh well, best go buy some more clothes.
Yeah. Let's go and buy a bit more of Vivian.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've learned, is how much, like, okay, I love shopping for, like, cheap stuff to sell on. That's great. I love finding a bargain. Also, the amount of money I can just spend on utter, not crap, because Vivian Westwood ain't crap.
No.
I mean, just on stuff. I love stuff. I love spending money. It feels weird to not hand over some cash for something right now. Like,
I think being a reseller, that's part of why you like being a reseller, because you enjoy going out and doing the sourcing.
It's our shopping addiction with no guilt. That's what
it is.
It's always been a huge part of it. I've always liked car boot sales. I've always liked coming home with armfuls of crap, and now I have a legitimate reason.
Yeah.
Now I can buy all this stuff without having to go, oh God, look, I'm filling my house full of all this stuff. I'm allowed to fill my house full of this stuff.
Yeah, you can justify it, can't you?
Absolutely. I mean, terrible. But imagine being, addicted to something. I won't say what, but being addicted to something and then being paid to have that addiction.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this can't be healthy. This can't be right. Like, that's wow. But how fortunate are we?
Can you imagine us all when all charity shops open back up, we'll be like fighting. Can
you imagine how full of absolute crap they're going to be as well, because everybody's suddenly clear out and all the tips have been shut. So they're all saving the charity shop.
I reckon we should all have a thing with, right, the very first day you go out charity shopping, how much do you spend? Because I've got a feeling I'm going to spend shitloads of money.
On the first day and you've forgotten how to do it.
Yeah.
I know.
You didn't see anything I wanted.
You've got a Primark dress going, is this good?
Oh God, someone shoot me if it catch me doing that.
MG said she's had severe agoraphobia for years and finally started her recovery in January. So finally got to the point where mentally you felt able to get outside, only to discover you're not allowed outside. Life is absolutely knuttish sometimes, isn't it? It just is.
And that's almost like, I don't want to say confirming it, but it's like it's the universe going like, not quite yet.
Yeah.
Like, I know you think it's time, But we're going to give it another couple of weeks yet, and then you'll be ready, and then you'll be fighting to get out of the house, and that agoraphobia will just be gone. You'll be like, no, get out.
This might end up being a really good cure for agoraphobia.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you something, right? I'm never ever going to moan about having to take Monty for a walk because I really, really miss it. No, I really miss it. Honestly.
But you
really do.
You can take Monty for a walk, though.
I can't. I can only be in my garden. I can't go out.
Surely, like once around the block, like early morning, like Kelly does, and if there's no one around.
I suppose I could really early morning. Maybe I might do.
You need to avoid people. I mean, like 2 meters is good enough for everyone else, so you need to go for 20.
Yeah.
If someone comes forward, you turn and walk back the other way. And if Monty looks confused, then he's going to learn to do zigzags.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think I will.
My mum was on about like, because she's been doing obviously a lot of gardening, and she's been feeling really stiff and stuff, and she's like, I'm really, doing laps of the garden just isn't enough. And I was like, do it once around the block late at night, like say about like 8, 9 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
No one out at that time, the odd jogger on the other side of the road. But like, surely that for your own sanity, for your body.
Obviously, where I live, it's not like if it was just a house, then obviously I'd have X amount of neighbours. But because it's all the flats are 3, so you've got 3 times the amount of people. So there is a lot of people around here. So it does make me really nervous.
But they haven't all got coronavirus.
No. Yeah. True.
I think it's important to. I'm not diminishing the importance of taking care, but it's also important to not get too. That'll do. Paranoid will do it. Thank you. Just something, to remind yourself that there is some balance. You know what I mean? They haven't all got coronavirus. In fact, the chances of any of them having coronavirus are quite slim. And so you protect yourself by staying away from them just in case, but you don't build yourself into a world of terror, assuming that they are all just big balls of COVID coming towards you. Not COVID, different entirely.
That's what the guy on Gogglebox calls it. Nutty and nutty. He always calls it COVID. COVID-19.
No, it's not a crow.
I think you've got to do that risk assessment in your head, haven't you? And and if anyone has ever done a risk assessment, so you do the danger of something, low, medium, high, and then the chances of something happening, low, medium, high, and then you do the cross reference. And if it is medium, then you do the, well, is it worth it in the end for my own sanity or whatever? If it's high, then okay, stay at home. So you do that and you cross-check, and I think it might be medium for you because you're in a high risk category, but weigh that against the likelihood of you meeting someone else on the way if you go late at night and stuff. Plus, a nice walk with your dog is good for your mental health and good for you would be,
Nick's in the kitchen pointing at me again. Yeah, I do get a bit paranoid as well.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
Understandable.
I must admit, the first time I went out shopping, I've got no underlying health problems, but the first time I went shopping, when it all came out on that, I was like, I couldn't get out of the place fast enough. I was in and I forgot everything that I went for. I'm more relaxed now. I'm all right. I've been out this morning getting a bit of shopping for my mum and dad. I'm having to go out and shop every day at the moment because we all know I've got no fridge freezer.
You don't know fridge freezer, Sam. You should tell us about
it. You haven't mentioned that before, Sam.
So I'm going to have to shop every single day, which is a pain.
Can we just do a round of applause for Darren because he went shopping this morning and he bought onions, he bought meat, and he bought potatoes.
Wow,
well done, Darren.
Context, Karen's been complaining about onion white crisps.
Did he buy? Did you give him a list, or was that off his own back?
No, I thought I'm not going to give him a list because we've been fighting every week about the list. So no list. And he came back with some actual food. So I'm very happy.
Whenever Nick comes back, he just brings Jaffa cakes with him. I can't even eat those.
Becca wants to know, did you ever go on that cruise, Sam?
Well, there's a story behind that. I'll save that for another time.
I'm sure everyone is kind of looking at. We've had a cruise brochure through the door. Like,
Yeah.
I keep getting cruise emails. They're like, "We know you can't go out right now, but why not book for 2025?" I'm like, "That's not possible."
25. Blimey.
52 pages of things that you can't do. No, thank you. No, fuck off.
Did you ever get your money back for your holiday, Carla?
Well, not yet, but I have finally got to the point where I've had an email from On the Beach accepting that this holiday isn't going to take place. Bear in mind, I'm meant to be going Monday. On the Beach have finally accepted that perhaps I can't go, and have put the beginnings of the cancellation and refund process into motion. So we didn't have to make the final payment, which that was the bit that was really sticking in my craw. Was that at that point they were still insisting that I make another payment towards a holiday which everyone knew I wasn't going on.
Yeah.
You know? They finally got to the point where they've accepted I'm not going to make that final payment. They're not insisting on the final payment, and they said we will get the rest back, but since the bulk of the rest of it is the flights, we won't get that back until the airline coughs up.
Yeah. I think what it is with the companies, what they were wanting to do was they were wanting people to pay for the holidays, then they've got money to hold on to, because if everybody was wanting the money back straight away, they wouldn't be able to do it, would they? So they were basically wanting to keep hold of your money for as long as they could before they give it you back. So it's stupid.
I'm actually okay with that, although obviously I'd like that chunk of money back.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, that's fine. I had spent it. It was already gone. So I'm actually okay with that, as the idea that it will come back. But I was really, really resentful of the idea of giving them more.
Yeah.
Really resentful at a time when I haven't got very much money, of parting with a bit more that I knew absolutely I wasn't going on this holiday. So there's no reason for you to have it. I'll just keep it. Thanks. You know?
And then that was the risk of, like, if you don't pay it, does that mean that you void your contract with them?
Yeah. They said if you don't make your final payment, you will be in void of contract and you will lose everything you've paid. And that, I was just like, I will come and find you. Oh, I'm not allowed out. When I'm allowed out, I will come and I will find you.
This morning paid £20,000 for a wedding. I mean, why you would anyway, but £20,000, and the venue said that they were going to charge a cancellation fee of 80% for this couple. And they were like, but you've not done anything to warrant that 80%. I mean, 80% of 20 grand is a lot of frigging money.
But legally, they can't do that. They can't do that legally.
Yeah, this is what they were like naming and shaming on telly this morning, like, you know, and they were saying the majority of people have been all right, but there are some companies out there that are just trying to make money out of it, you know, saying no, you can't make money back. You know what I mean?
My mate Fiona had like, she's due to get married, and they had a really nice email from where they were having their reception, just saying, like, don't worry about it, like, no fees or anything, just book a weekend next year and we'll rearrange it for that date. Like, and that's exactly how it should have been done, isn't it? It's just like, we completely understand right now. We hope that you can, you know, reconvene everything else, you know, the church and the photographer and everything else. But just give us, you know, there's all these choices of weekends next year. Just let us know which one you want, you know, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's gutting that we have to wait until next year for me to wear my dresses and stuff. But hey, you know.
Well, exactly. They've cancelled my son's trip to France. They finally realised they would have to cancel it, and I'm with the view of, look, hang on to the money, because it's going to happen again at some point. I don't need the money back specifically if it's going to happen at a later point in time. But the problem with that is we had also booked and paid for a trip to Brussels, my husband and I, which involved Eurostar and you know, an accommodation. So that'll be fun getting that back, because we can't just reschedule that one.
Yeah, that's the same with Ellen. She's booked the Eurostar for beginning of September and a hotel, and don't know what's going to happen with that.
That might be all right, though. That's far enough off. There's a good chance that might happen.
Well, I know Spain aren't letting anybody back in until next year now, because my mum and dad obviously have a place over there, and they aren't able to go back until the earliest next year. So I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
I think that travel isn't going to happen until next year.
no.
I've got another holiday booked for September, and I think we've all agreed because we've only actually paid the deposit on that. We've paid 250 each, but that's a much more expensive holiday. And I think all of us who are due to go on that would have agreed that we would rather breach that contract and lose the 250 than give them another £1,600 in June for a holiday that we don't think we're going to be able to go on in September. You know?
Yeah.
I would rather breach that contract and be sued than hand over 1,600 quid on the basis that you'll get it back eventually, hopefully, providing we don't all go bust. And if we all go bust, you probably won't. I'd just keep it, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. Edward was meant to be getting married like was it a couple of weekends ago as well. My mate Stuart and his missus Olivia, they were meant to be getting married in Glasgow last weekend. So they did a pretend wedding. So they dressed up and everything, and they threw confetti over themselves. And I think they had like a little, pretend they were on a honeymoon thing as well. And I think they booked it for the same weekend, like next year. So it'll still happen. It's just not yet.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people getting married over the internet, like the sort of vicar or registrar or whatever. Marrying them, and they're standing in their living room, and that's really cool. Like all the guests on Zoom clapping.
Different calls.
Yeah. See that? I mean, because you could do that and then have like your massive party when it's all over, couldn't you?
You could
slice a cake and wear your dress again and stuff. That would be quite
cool. I mean, on a less cheerful note, I know my friend's mum's funeral was yesterday. And she said on Facebook that, this was not the funeral that Mum deserved. So therefore, when we're allowed, we're going to have basically another one. You know what I mean? Obviously, funerals you can't just put off indefinitely. Certainly not at the moment you can't, because we don't have storage facilities for that, But you can have a massive bloody wake, as they used to call it. I mean, I didn't anymore. But you can have that at any time. So that's her plan, is that when we can congregate again.
And I know it I don't know, I'm not sure how this will sound, but in a few months' time, it's not going to be so raw. So it maybe could be more of a celebration of life.
More of a celebration of her life rather than a grief-stricken.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you have a funeral, there's always that is a kind of an odd feeling, isn't it? You start off, you're all standing around being very, very sad and quiet, and then the alcohol starts flowing, people begin to relax, and then you start to feel guilty.
Yeah,
you almost feel guilty because you're enjoying yourself. You're like, I shouldn't be enjoying myself. This is a sad occasion. And then somebody says, but it's what Norman would have wanted, and everybody goes, way, and
Yeah, it is true. Very, very true.
I think we'll be able to skip all of that awkwardness and just go,
and just actually
she's fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, fingers crossed for that then for her, because I'm sure.
Josh says he's having another birthday later in the year, which you absolutely are, Josh. As soon as we can congregate, you're having a 21st.
Yeah.
Even if it has to be a 21.4 or whatever you'll be by then,
21.4 birthday. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'll postpone mine as well.
It's my sister's birthday today. My sister's birthday, and so she's got some garden chairs that I accidentally bought because I bought 2 lots of them. That are now hers, and some flowers and some cake. And then she messaged this morning saying like, oh yeah, I've got like lemon roulade or something. I'm like, oh, you cow. You would have been eating that today. And
I think that should be one of the government guidelines, I think that's one of the things they missed out of the guidelines. If you've got something nice and you're not in a position to be able to go and see people and share it, shut up about it.
Yeah.
What about your lovely flapjack and your smashing cake and how you've got this and you've got that? Government guidelines are quiet about treats.
Coffee cake. I so desperately want some coffee cake right now.
But you bake. How come you haven't made a coffee cake?
Because I can't get caster sugar. I can't get icing sugar, and it would be a bit of a boring cake, just a coffee cake with no icing.
If you've got granulated sugar, then you've already got caster sugar and icing sugar.
Because you blitz them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have done that before. It's not as good, I suppose.
Proper spirit, Karin.
Come on.
Somebody tell me what to do with my arm right now, because the reason I keep making funny faces, if anyone's noticed, is because I keep getting a shooting pain up my neck when I move my arm.
Karen,
Rotate your shoulder and do some necky stuff.
No, you put one hand under your chin.
Do some shoulder rolls.
We're all doing it.
And then you pull
And
up.
snap your neck.
All together now.
To be honest, my neck's and back is stiff as well. I do a bit of yoga.
You need the yoga. You need the Louisa's yoga, Indie Chicks yoga.
Louise on,
I
don't we?
do it every day, and I feel so much better. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, had my first online.
I can actually turn my neck round and see where I'm adjusting now.
I had all the vision of ended up like Meryl Streep in that film. Then what was it?
Oh, Death Becomes Her. Yeah.
I love that film.
Yeah, I had my first online Pilates lesson on Wednesday. It was so lovely. It was, lovely on two counts, just to do it, and also to see people that are, in my class, and just,
I know, just
all okay.
See people. It's amazing. But it is though, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
For the clap last night, it's getting better every week on our street. Fair play. More and more people are coming out every night, and then there's this mad dog that runs around, this little black booth, that just thinks it's for him, and he was into people's houses and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. But we are I think it's getting to the point where we can go same again. Oh yeah, we'll bring the wine next time, and and it's should we have a party after this? Like a street party. I think it's gotten to that point now where that's going to happen.
Yeah, we're all waving to each other now. It's always the same people. There's quite a lot of people that don't come out, which I find a bit strange, because they're obviously in their house.
Maybe they all work for the NHS and they're all at work.
No, I know my direct neighbours definitely don't work for the NHS.
Or they're in bed after shift going
it's the same people, and every Thursday we're waving at each other. Hello, you're doing all right? That's really cool.
Yeah, we end up having more of a chat as each week goes by. There's a bit more socialising, obviously with a safe distance. And then the chap a few doors down says, has put on our local WhatsApp group, I've been helping a friend out at the brewery, so I bought a 72-pint keg of real ale. If you want some, I'll charge you at cost price. Bring some plastic things to put it in. How many pints do you want? So I'm getting beer later today.
Oh, lovely.
Hey. Result.
That's really good. There's a bunch of guys that they own a little cocktail bar in town. And they've started doing, it's called Myrtle's House of Spirits. You'd love the place, Heather. Honestly, it's so cool, right? The actual place is called the Book Club, but they're cocktail house because they brew their own cocktails and stuff. And they're doing deliveries in tiny little milk cartons of cocktails on a Friday night. And every so often they put one on there for £1, and you're like, oh, amazing.
They won't deliver all the way over here, though. I'm far too far away. I'm probably about 250 miles away from you.
I'll have some delivered to me on your behalf.
How generous you are.
Yeah, I know. Right? That's how nice a person I am. Is I will drink them for you, and
there you go.
I'll let you know how good they taste.
Oh, do.
You could do a live, Carla.
Sorry,
I'm saying Lex could do a live. Sorry. Lex, and I said Carla. You could do a live drinking the cocktails.
Oh,
drinking with Lex.
Drinking with Lex.
Yeah.
We've already seen that though, quite a few.
Oh yes.
Even when you don't even realise you've seen it, I'm pissed now.
I am really, really thoroughly hoping, though, that the fireworks run out soon, that all the people who've got fireworks run out of them really soon.
Yeah.
Poor Kai, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock, has a little heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a nice idea, a nice sentiment, but actually, just please don't.
Yeah, November's bad enough, you know what I mean? Basically, he has mini heart attacks constantly from early October until about mid-November. He has a little spate of heart attack at New Year. And then he has a nice rest then from January through till October again. And his rest period has been infiltrated by stray fireworks on a Thursday night. I don't know where they're getting them from, Josh. I don't know whether people just happen to have some or whether you are able to buy them online. I would have thought not, but perhaps you can.
Yeah,
And also it is just the wrong time for it as well, because like if you're setting them off at 8 o'clock, it's still yeah, you can't see
well,
them.
one of our neighbours sets one off to start the clap and then one to stop. So they sort of time it. So when the second one goes off, we all go in.
Are you supposed to clap for 5 minutes?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a rule.
It'll go on for quite a while.
I was going to say I clap for about a minute and then I ring my bell a few times and then that's me done.
Oh, Karen, I really enjoyed watching Monty doing his clapping.
Yeah. Cute. And your garden is looking cracking, and you can definitely naked sunbathe now. More than you did before, because we know that you're at it all the time.
My front garden is even nicer. It's twice the size, and that's got grass and like proper plants and stuff.
Bit visible there.
Do you need to mow your front lady garden?
No, Darren's been there.
Oh.
Darren's done it.
Absolutely. What, with like the
Cat Kidston mug?
No, the front garden is Darren and the backyard is me. That sounded really rude.
No comment.
Couldn't have done that better myself.
Please, I'm sorry, can I reverse that?
No, it's out there now.
Have you got a back garden, Karen? Cultivating.
Oh dear.
Oh, man. While we all just think about Karen's front and gardens,
Front and back garden.
who prefers, and which one?
I'm gonna cry again.
I think that's probably a good point to leave it there. So, so thank
I'm
you
actually crying.
Don't cry. Love you.
Not that bad, Karen. Come on.
Right, thank you everyone in the chat that's joined us today. All there's 111 of us right now. I think that might be one of the highest I've had for Cellar Lady, so that's awesome. Thank you very much. Not sure whose channel we're on next week. I can never remember. I know you put the list in the chat, Andrea, and I.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to have a look.
It's normally Kelly after me, isn't it? I think. So probably Kelly's channel, but we'll let you know anyway. But thanks very much for joining us. Thank you. And thanks again. Yay. And thanks again to you, Andrea, for last week.
Well, to everybody.
And all you guys. You're all ace. But thanks now. Awkward wave, awkward wave, awkward wave. Keep awkward waving.